Hey guys, welcome back to Tethan Props. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. So what we're going to be doing is painting this First Order Stormtrooper figure. So my dad actually picked this up from our Bunnings, which is a local hardware store here in Australia. And it's actually a really nice figure. So I'll show you some close-ups of it now. There's actually nothing I need to do to this figure apart from just painting it. So I think the theme that I'm going to go for is 501st Stormtrooper. Fifth, it's Anakin Skywalker's own Stormtrooper squadron. So we don't actually see any with the new First Order armor, but I think it could look really cool if we give it the blue highlights. And I think it would go quite well with this Kylo Ren figure that I made quite a while ago. So those two can be displayed together. Pretty much the same size. Kylo Ren might be a little bit bigger, but I think it'll look pretty good. So let's get started on it. I think the first thing we need to do is add in all the black. So the white is actually, I think I'm gonna actually keep the white how it is. I'm gonna do all the black and then add the blue on top of that, paint the guns, and then I'll do something cool on the base here. So let's start with the black. Alrighty, so there's all the black painted. Also painted the guns as well. So I think it's time we start doing the blue highlights. So I've got some warm blue paint here, but where do I want to put it? I think we'll start off with doing the pauldron here. Well, let's do that blue. So we're going to put a cross on here or some lines. So the best way to do that is with masking tape. So one thing that I feel like it's missing is a bit of battle damage. So see, I've already added in a little bit there, but I'll just show you how I did that. So the paint's on there, it's already dry, but if I just get a knife, I can actually go in quite easily and just scrape. So I've painted the whole figure. Now let's do a bit of work on the base. So I'm going to start off with just some dark brown on the whole base, and then we'll go from there. I also thought while I'm here I may as well add a bit of brown detailing to parts of the Stormtrooper. So while I've already got the brown hooked up to the airbrush, so let's go and give a little bit of detail in there. Alright, so now, since the last thing you saw, I just painted a little bit of grey there because I think it was looking a little bit too brown for what I like. So, but now we're going to do the next fun part, which is adding sand and dirt to the top here. So things need paintbrush, PVA glue, like a pipette, some dirt, and some sand. So I'm going to do predominantly sand, but I'll also put a bit of dirt in there, which will look really good. So the first thing you want to do is just with the PVA glue, spread it out over all the areas that you're going to be putting it down on. Alright, so that's the PVA spread out across the whole surface. So I'm just thinking this is going to create a lot of rubbish, so I better put some paper towel underneath so I can just quickly pick it all up. Alrighty, so here we go. So what you now simply do is just spread the sand over everywhere. Alright, so that's the sand part done. So now, I might just add a little bit of dirt. It just adds a bit of contrast. So, probably wondering what the pipette is for. So over here I have some PVA glue that I've mixed with some water, so it's actually quite liquidy, probably looks like milk. So what you do with this is just suck it up in the pipette and drop it over everywhere. So what this will do is make sure that every single bit of sand and dirt is covered in glue. Get a little bit of runoff, that's fine. PVA dries clear. So doing this will make sure that all the little bits of sand are all glued down. Because if I was just to leave it without doing this, and then if I flipped it upside down, I'd lose majority of the sand and the dirt and it would just look ridiculous. So doing this will just finish it off. Alright, so I think that is done. Let's go put that outside to dry and we'll see what it looks like when it's all dried. Alrighty, so I've added some grass, as you can see there. So I just got some grass, some logs, and just a bit of stuff to make it look more realistic. So now I've put a layer of grey along the rocks on the outside, so I think it's time now to put a really light wash of watered down black. So this should hopefully go on quite easily, and we're going to go back and rub all this off so it's not actually going to stay this solid colour. So we go back now and just sponge it off. We'll actually get a really nice rocky look to it. Alrighty, so now I can do the same with the rocks. And there we have it. That is the 501st First Order Stormtrooper figure completed. So I'm really happy with how that turned out. The colors look really cool. I really like the battle damage that I went really heavy on the battle damage, but I think it turned out really well. So thank you very much for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe to my channel. I'll put a link below to all my other different social medias, but really hope you enjoyed it and I'll see you next time. See ya.